beautiful Naples, Florida. Vacation destination, also pickleball heaven, known as the pickleball capital of the world. Home of the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships. Day 3 continues. Thrilled to have you with us here on Pickleball Channel. Aerial shots provided by our amazing crew here and the folks at Pickleball Channel who do such a great job covering this sport. There's Granot on the left, Jansen, an emerging player in the pickleball world, Morgan.
Certainly. She has come along leaps and bounds in the last few years. A fantastic singles player, women's doubles, and mixed, of course.
And Lucy Kitcher, Thongvanh as well.
Yeah, an experienced team.
0-2.
Underway.
Point.
So as a reminder to those just joining us, we've had a rain delay. We're late in the day, so in order to get through the bracket, this is only going to be 1 game to 11. 1 game to 11. There is no second game or third game possible at all.
Morgan, that must put incredible pressure on all of these players.
It certainly changes things. You know, there's no room to get it customized and perhaps make some unforced errors as you're finding your wheels.
Second serve.
That swing certainly comes way high, doesn't it, from Thongvanh?
Tao is a former French national table tennis player.
1-2.
I made the mistake of calling it ping pong once, never again.
Side out.
Do you see in the future perhaps more table tennis players making their way into this great sport?
Certainly, and I wish they would. Their hand speed, their reflexes is incredible. The distance at a table tennis table and the kitchen and the distance, they lend themselves very well to each other.
Yeah, interestingly, there's a number of senior players who will compete in some of the senior games. Alice Tim, former Wimbledon, still plays table tennis and pickleball and badminton.
Wow. He's ticking all the boxes.
1-0-1. Second serve.
He's moving.
Granot, really big into commercial real estate. Great tennis career back in the day, and now has embraced this great sport of pickleball.
1-0-2. Side out.
Tao, generally a very aggressive player, likes to drive a lot of third balls. Lucy Kitcher, by contrast, stark contrast, she's a very defensive player.
0-1-1.
Between the two of them, they have a great complementary game.
Point.
Dan just clipping the net there.
One.
Great hands there from Jansen. Ready from the attack from Thongvanh.
One. Second serve.
You stuck with us during the weather delay. You caught Rusty's special feature on the ball. Rusty, different ball used here at the Open this year.
You were talking with Franklin, and they weren't a part of the US Open or Pickleball in the first year, and now they've come in very big. both paddles and balls, you know, and the number of paddles. Morgan, when they, you know, he's been with Selkirk over the years and lots of different paddle manufacturers. And as a coach, I'm sure you see tons of different vendors and manufacturers.
1, 2. Point.
That's interesting. They are still glued to the traditional cross-court dink rallies. Not one player getting picked on exclusively just yet.
Point.
Beautiful movement there from Dan Granot. Read the attack from his partner, Leah Jansen, moved in early. And with that lefty slap, put the ball away nicely.
Jansen and Granot clicking right now. Yeah, back to those paddles. There's so many brands. If you're a great player, how you choose one is just beyond me.
Certainly, I mean, your best chance is try as many as possible. See which really feels good to you. At the end of the day, to a large extent, it's not the arrow, it's the archer.
Great way to put it.
1, 5, 1.
Very sneaky there from Dan Granot. He has a creative way to play the game, introducing a lob, and then the sneaky wrong'un, just getting behind
Second
his
serve.
opponent.
1, 5, 2.
Do you find that left-handers like Granot a little bit more difficult to try and play?
Oh, certainly. You know, we're all generally programmed to read the body language of your opponents, and most of your opponents are right-handed, so it does throw a spanner in the works. Surprisingly enough, even left-handers have trouble reading left-handers.
Second serve.
A little long this time. Second serve coming up. 5-1. Remember, just one game to 11
5,
here
1,
in Pro
2.
Mixed Split Age.
Side out.
We're waiting for you at court 32. Debbie and Digital Mark. Court 32.
1, 5, 1. Second serve.
Beautiful play there from Jansen. She certainly played a patient game cross-court with the dink rally with Kitcher, waited for her opportunity, pulled the trigger when that ball was just high enough.
Some of our viewers are wondering, how are they choosing these teams? And there's no single answer because it's a brand new bracket. As Morgan said earlier, Dow and Lucy Kitcher on the far side of the court have played before, so that was a little easier. But many of these other people just kind of fished around and talked to one another.
Oh.
Second serve.
That's from this angle, it might look like that was an easy ball to put away, but the surprise of that leaping Ernie does pose a problem.
Point.
Kitcher does not miss too many dinks with that one, just floating a little wide. And they'll switch ends at 6.
You have up to 1 minute.
Again, that's right, because we are in one game.
Yeah, the race to 11, as we said, not much time to make adjustments. You got to pretty much come out smoking and maintain it here in Naples. The 2021 Minto US Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Dick's. Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. By Zing Zang. Zing Zang, America's favorite Bloody Mary mix. By Franklin and Franklin X40, the official ball of the US Open Pickleball Championships. Skechers. Skechers Arch Fit Footwear, featuring podiatrist certified arch support. And by Highlands. Highlands leg cramps. Stop your cramp, not your game. So we switch sides, and Dan Granot will now serve. He and Leah Jansen leading 6-1 here in a race to 11.
15 seconds.
If you're just joining us, we had about a 2-hour weather delay.
Actually, we sort of have 2 weather delays. The first one, they dried off, we started, and then
Time in.
started
6,
again.
1,
All the
2.
volunteers drying off 60 courts. Amazing.
Point.
So Morgan, you've been a part of lots of different games and matches. Have you been to a larger tournament that had to do this one game format before?
No, this is, well, I
7,
think, what, there's
1.
2,900 players in this event, in this tournament. It's certainly the biggest I've ever seen. A tribute to the volunteers to be able to get these courts dry.
Oh,
Best shot of the match so far for Thongvanh.
Side
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, and he won't want anyone to know, but it was a miss hit.
1, 7, 1.
Don't tell him I said that.
Stay in it.
there you go.
Yeah, he left his partner a little high and dry there, started a fight, and then backed away, assuming perhaps a cross-court dink was coming.
Second serve now from Lucy Kitcher.
1, 7, 2. Point.
So point on the board, which is important. We'll see if they can get a run here.
2, 7, 2. Point.
I love how Granot kind of uses that paddle and the different angles he has with it.
Yeah, fantastic
Yes, you
hands.
have 3. 3, 7, 2.
Lead cut to 4.
Side up.
Jansen coming in, serving at 7-3, looking to extend the lead.
7, 3. Second serve.
Yeah, Jansen and Granot, they're caught on sides that they wouldn't traditionally prefer to be on. When you've got a lefty on the court, it's
7,
nice to have
3, 2.
that forehand in the middle if you can get it.
Side out.
Well, and with that, a lot of times the most popular stacking is when you have that lefty to put him there. So they're choosing not to stack, as perhaps to have him face-to-face with Kitcher. I don't know the
3,
thought
7,
process
1.
of that.
Well, I think it's probably to try to tempt them into a cross-court dink exchange with the ladies. Kitcher versus Jansen. Jansen, I absolutely love her technique on the dink. So deliberate.
Yeah, she has this big kind of sort of swinging backhand or wind up.
3, 7, 2.
Slow and methodical. Yeah, you got to work hard to miss that one.
Yes, you are.
So that 6-point spread is now only
7,
3.
2.
With 4 serving 7.
Side out.
Well, some opportunities given away by both teams here is now 7-4 serving Jansen and Granot.
7, 4. Second
Gotta ask
serve.
you too, Morgan. Always curious how pickleball is being received all over the world. What's it like in Australia?
Oh, it's growing like wildfire. I
7,
probably shouldn't say that.
4,
There are
2.
often wildfires doing much more damage than pickleball.
Point.
Yes, one of my favorite moments actually is I was at an event and this woman came up to me passionately talking about how excited and how much she loved, and come to
8,
find out
4,
it's your mom.
2.
Yes.
Loving the fact that Pickleball Channel is allowed to share things back home in Australia.
She's the former president of the Australian Pickleball Federation.
Side out.
Jansen looking to take over there. Spreading her wings, looking to fly.
4, 8, 1. Second serve.
Seen quite a few errors coming off dinks, guys. Is dinks kind of like that necessary thing in pickleball? You always have to work on it no matter how good you are?
I would say absolutely. You know, and as Morgan was
4,
saying, there's different
8,
techniques
2.
and stuff like that, and you can't not have it.
Certainly, when you watch the highest level play, it's easy to focus on the flashy stuff, the Showtime, the ESPN, the CBS moments.
There's Terry Graham enjoying the moment here, just alongside Zing Zang Championship Court. I think she could qualify for a VIP, wouldn't you say, Rusty?
4,
Yeah, and a brief moment to try to eat.
As I was saying, it is the teams that do the basics the best that tend to win the championships. You know, are able to sit in 20, 30, 40 shot dink rallies, you know, comfortable in a war of attrition, not just looking for the highlight reel stuff.
They go back to one player, Simone Jardim, such a great dinker.
I think they're looking for a ball. A lot of times the players, in many sports, balls go all the time. You're swapping balls all the time. But in pickleball, they tend to want to keep playing with the same ball. The referee just offered him, hey, let's just get a new ball, but they went digging for it. You know, why do you think, you've played tennis, why do you think pickleball is so aggressive to try to keep the same ball?
Yeah, it's not just superstition. A lot of it is the kind of texture that a ball develops over the course of a game. It does help the players get a feel, able to control the ball with a certain amount of spin. Jansen looking for a little more topspin on that one to dip the ball down into the court.
And we are
9,
2 points away from
4,
11, so
2.
let's see what happens.
And now, match point here for Jansen and Granot, 10-4.
Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic error from Kitcher. She's normally so solid on those.
4, 2.
That is going to do it. Jansen and Granot, 11-4 here in pro mixed split age. Only one game to take care of business, and they did just that.